dancing every now and again. We don't drink.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing to you guys a story time. As you can see in the title, it's going to be my labor and delivery story. Yeah. Anyways, so let's get right into this story time. Okay, so I had an appointment June 26th of 2018. I had a regular appointment. I was still pregnant, obviously, duh, wow. I just had a regular appointment. So, you know, they do the regular things when you're pregnant. Check your blood pressure, you know, they make sure the baby's heartbeat's good. They measure your belly, ask you if you feel anything. I was like 37 weeks, I think. 37 weeks pregnant, I think I was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was 37 weeks pregnant. Maybe 30, I don't know. But, so, you know, she's doing regular stuff, seeing if I had, like, any contraction, any leakage, all that stuff they ask you if you have towards the end of your pregnancy. So I didn't have any of those. I didn't nothing. I had a little bit of contractions. I had a little bit the night before, but I feel like that's because we had like a firework party at my cousin's house. So we have a barbecue, whatever. Oh, sorry. And yeah, so I guess because I was out and I was walking around and doing other stuff that I really wasn't supposed to, they really didn't want me walking a lot. They really wanted me to do all that stuff. They kind of wanted me just to relax my pregnancy. So, you know, I was walking around a lot, you know, playing little games and eating food, whatever. So when I went home, I was feeling a little bit of pain, but I thought it was just cramping, because I always had cramping with him, always, like period cramps. So I thought it was just cramping, whatever. So I just took some medicine, took some Tylenol, and went right to sleep. So then the next day, I had my appointment, like I said. So she goes in and she checks my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was really high. It was higher than it's supposed to be when you're pregnant, so it was pretty high. And she goes, you know, she's talking about regular things. She's like, well, your blood pressure is pretty high. She's like, I'm going to have one of my assistants take your blood pressure again, and then if your blood pressure is high, I'm going to want you to go to labor and delivery, like go into labor and delivery downstairs. So I'm thinking, like, my blood pressure is not going to be high. It's always usually high the first time, so it's like fine, whatever. So my blood pressure ends up being pretty high. And thank God my boyfriend and my mom was there, because if it was just me and my mom, I would be freaking out. She's like, yeah, like, your blood pressure's high again. I want you to go down into labor and delivery to make sure you and baby are okay. She goes, but I don't think you're going to make it till Wednesday. So let's pause right there. So Wednesday was my ultrasound appointment, because I kept telling her, no, I have an appointment till Wednesday. I have an appointment Wednesday. He wants to induce me either Wednesday or like a couple days after. Like, he wants to, whatever. Mind you, they were already talking about inducing me anyways. So because I had a lot of fluid around him, I can't think what it's called right now, that's sad, sorry, but I had a lot of fluid, and there was just a lot of fluid flowing through my body. It was just too much. My hand, like, my wrists were swollen, like, my ankles were swollen. I would enter a picture. It should be like somewhere right here, but so so I'm like, I have an appointment Wednesday, like, I have to wait for that. And she's like, yeah, I don't think you're gonna make it to Wednesday. So I go down there. What are you doing, silly man? We're talking about you. We're talking about you. So we go downstairs, and I go in there, and I'm like, my doctor told me I have to come in here, and she's like, yeah. So she, you know, I walk into the room. They sit me down, and they make me wait for like 20 minutes to almost an hour. And she goes, well, I want to take blood, but I'm gonna put an IV in you. Pause. Everybody that knows me, I am definitely afraid of IVs. I'm definitely afraid of needles, period. I had blood drawn my whole pregnancy, and I cried every single time. Yeah, that's how bad it was. So that happened, and she's like, well, I'm just gonna put an IV in you instead, because they said you might have to stay here anyways. Your doctor doesn't think that we're gonna send you home. So I'm like at this point, I just kind of wanted to go home. I wasn't ready, mind you. His due date was yo, he loves himself. His due date was July 9th. What? You see yourself? They hi. Yeah, so I'm like, I can't, like, his due date is July 9th. Like, I'm not ready I wasn't ready. I don't think anybody ever is ready for labor, but I just wasn't ready. I was scared. I was like really nervous. Like I had to go to the bathroom like every 5 seconds. I was completely nervous. But yeah, so she's like I can't, like whatever the doctor says I gotta do. So they put an IV in me, whatever. It didn't hurt. They put it on. They couldn't even put it in my hand. That's how swollen my hand was. They had to put it like right, I think like right here. I think it was. So they put it in my arm, whatever. They took the blood. It comes back. I was fine. Cause they say if your blood pressure is high, it's something. If I can find the word, I'll put it on the screen somewhere. But I didn't have that. Me and him were fine. But she goes, oh well, your doctor said we're gonna keep you anyways. We're going to induce you. And I'm like. So I started crying. I started bawling my eyes. I'm thinking I'm gonna go home. I'm crying, and my boyfriend's like, "It's fine. Like we're fine." You know what I mean? Like, but the doctor. What made me feel a little better is my doctor came in, and I love my doctor. She was so nice. I loved all the doctors I have, but I had. But Bryson, what are you doing? Stop. You should have played with my toes. Stop. Look. I loved all my doctors. Like I said, they were all pretty nice. But yeah, so she goes, but what's gonna happen is if we induce you, it's not gonna take like tonight. Like you're not gonna have this baby tonight. She's like, you might have baby tomorrow or the next day, because you're not progressing fast. You're going really slow. Mind you, I went in there and I wasn't dilated at all. The doctor comes in and she's like, hey, like how are you and stuff, and I'm like, I'm good. And she's like, so I'm going to check your cervix, and we're going to see if you're dilated. We're going to start putting fluids in your IV and whatnot. So I'm like, okay. So I wasn't dilated at all, not even a centimeter. So she's like, I'm going to put this string in here, up in you, and it's going to basically help you dilate. And I'm like, all right. And she's like, it's going to take a minute, so whatever. So I'm like, all right, fine. So she puts a string in me, and I have to wait, and mind you, I'm starving. I went in around like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. This is around like now like 5, 6. Bryson, stop. So yeah, this was around like 6 o'clock, and so she puts a string in me, and whatever. So I have to wait an hour to even eat anything, because she doesn't want me to eat with the string in me, because she did make you feel nauseous. So I waited an hour. She took it out. She checked me. I think I was like a centimeter. And she's like, but good news though, now you can eat. So I'm thinking like, yes, like my mom about to go to Taco Bell, or my mom's about to go to Wendy's. She comes in with a sandwich and some diet or fat-free, whatever it was, mayonnaise. And some tea that she had brought me and whatever. And I was drinking like diet ginger ale. I had to eat and drink all this diet stuff. I couldn't have any like fat in it and all that stuff, like no sugar, all that stuff, because of my gestational diabetes. So I eat my food, and I'm still hungry. So this nurse comes in and she's like, now we're gonna put the I can't think what it is. Wow. I think it is Pitocin. I don't know. Whatever it is, she put it in me, and she's like, that's gonna help you, like go into labor basically. So I'm like, all right. And this whole time I'm having contractions, I don't even feel them at all. Like I felt them. Not saying I didn't feel them, but they weren't like they weren't the bad contractions. They were like the mild contractions, and I was handling them pretty well. I didn't ask for no pain medication, none of that. So it was just pretty annoying. I was over it. I was tired. I was just like, whatever. So she puts this stuff in my arm, and it's kind of, I forget what it is, but basically it makes me so high. I was literally high as a kite. I was so high. I couldn't even, and mind you, I don't even know what she gave it to me for. Oh, I think it was because I couldn't sleep, and she was like, this is like the medicine that's gonna induce you, and something else. I had like 8 different things inside my IV, which is not good for you at all, but whatever. So she gave me that. They gave me the stuff, and she's like, telling my mom, my boyfriend, like, turn the lights off, turn the TV off. Like, she has to get some sleep. She has to get some rest. She cannot get up, like, while this is going. Mind you, it only lasted probably like an hour, but she was like, she cannot get up with this stuff. And I'm like, okay. So the moment she puts it in my IV, I literally like rolled back and my eyes rolled like the back of my head, and I was like, the moment it hit my vein, I was like rolling back. I'm like, my eyes were rolling back, and I like sat back, and like I'm literally like, I can't, like my eyes were like this, and I literally couldn't speak. Like I was talking, but like I was slurring my words. Yeah, I was. Yeah, you didn't want to come out. You didn't want to come out. I was slurring my words. I could not speak. I would try to insert a video. So
drugs, now she out. She out like a light. You okay?
Just dizzy?
You feel like you smoked 5 L's? How can you talk about smoking weed right now?
But I was just talking about random things. So I really didn't know what was going on. It was pretty funny, actually, honestly. I was just really like gone, and I don't even like that type of stuff. And it was a pretty like, it was a good high. Like I didn't feel no contractions. I didn't feel nothing. Like I really went to sleep like that, and it honestly helped me sleep because I couldn't sleep. So then she comes in before I go to sleep, and she's like, "Do you need anything else?" And I'm like, "No, I don't need anything else. I'm like, I think I'm good." So she's like, "All right, well, I'll be here tomorrow. Like, I'll be here in the morning." So, and then she goes, "Well, in the morning time, you can get up, walk around, do whatever you gotta do, whatever the case may be." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So the next day, I get up, and I didn't get to walk around because I was hooked up to the IV. They lied, and did not get to walk around at all. But I get up, I get in the shower. They like unhooked my IV from me. So I get in the shower. I brush my teeth, and then she came with breakfast and stuff. The only reason why I got in the shower, and people were like, "You didn't even have your baby yet. Why'd you get in the shower?" The only reason why I got in the shower was because I had that string in me, and like after the string came out, it makes like, this is gonna be TMI, so I'm so sorry. It makes your discharge really like nasty feeling, like it was just nasty. And plus I had like all this like lube and all this stuff on me from that, so I kind of was just like not feeling it. Also, you know, for all the ladies out there that had a baby, you know, they check your cervix every like 5 freaking minutes, so there's a glove and lube and all this stuff all down there that's just not cute at all. Like it just feels so nasty. So I got in the shower. I brushed my teeth. I just kind of chilled out, waited to eat. I let my boyfriend sleep, and yeah, I let my boyfriend sleep. My mom left. I told my mom she can leave because she wasn't getting no sleep like on the bed they had. So I told her she could leave. Excuse me. She came back, and my boyfriend goes, "Oh well, like I'm hungry too." So we ordered the food. He ordered his food with me, whatever, when he woke up. So my stepmom came. My mom was there. Like my stepmom just came to visit me. My friend came to see me. Yeah, so I was all sitting there, you know, his heartbeat is perfect. The contractions were still coming, but they weren't bad at all. Like I said, I literally was just like talking through them, sitting through them. They were not bad at all. Yet they were not bad at all. Excuse me. I'm so tired, sorry. Anyways, so yeah. So they like start checking my cervix, and I think I was like, I want to say I was probably like, anyway, so yeah, the next day we come to around, and they want to change my room. So the girl goes, this nurse, thank God, the nurse I had was so nice, but like she kind of like was like, she was an older nurse, so you know how like older people are, I guess you could say. So she's like, "Why is she in this room? Why isn't she in 2? I was in room 1, and she was like, "Why isn't she in room 2? Room 2 was the bigger room. Room 2 was like, I mean, they're all were delivery rooms, but it was huge. So she's like, "Oh, I don't know, like, let's change her." So they changed me to room 2, and she's like, "Well, I want you to get up." Like, I liked her because like she was honest, and like she was like really helpful and kind of wanted me to get up and walk around. She's like, I want you to get up out of this bed. I want you to, if you gotta get in the shower, get in the shower. I want you to brush your teeth. Like, I want you to do all this stuff. So I'm like, all right. So I don't know if she was trying to play me. Like, I don't know what she was trying to do. I go into my room. It's probably around like not 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever. So mind you, I can't eat at this point. So yeah, my nurse basically changed me. It was like, you gonna be in this room, girl. You gonna be in this room, because she was a real OG, honestly. Cause like she took me at that small behind room. Like it was no room in the other room I was in. Mind you, it was no freaking room. So she, because I have all that stuff I cannot freaking eat. I was so mad that I couldn't eat. They brought breakfast and I couldn't eat it, so my mom sat there and ate it for me, and it was really good. It was like waffles and like a banana, all of it. So it was all this good stuff, and I was really mad that I couldn't eat it, whatever. All I could eat was freaking ice chips. Like, you ladies know how it feels when y'all can't eat nothing but only ice chips, and I was so mad. So around like 10:03, 10:15, my water broke. And it was literally the worst thing ever. My water broke so bad that like I literally, like, I felt him drop. Like, I felt like a drop, like something. All right, this is how it feels. I felt like something hit something like inside of me, and then just like the sack like broke, like something just broke. Like it was like, it was literally everywhere, all over my bed. I couldn't even stand up. I was bugging out. I couldn't even stand up. The moment I stand up, it was just everywhere. Like, it seemed like somebody was dumping a bucket of water, just like continuously, like constantly. So that's when the real contractions hit. So I was literally sitting there panicking. I was crying. My boyfriend left early in the morning. He probably left around like 5 o'clock in the morning because he had work. And my nurse even said like there was no progress happening, so like there was like no progression, so just go, like you can go to work, and if we need to call you to come here, and we'll call you, whatever. But they said the baby wasn't gonna be here anytime soon, so I'm like, all right. And I called him at work, and he's like, yeah, what's up? And I'm like, the baby's coming, like he's coming right now. I'm 3 centimeters, da 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 da. Mind you, I sound stupid because you gotta be 10 centimeters to push out a baby. So I'm like, he's on his way right now, da 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 da, blah blah blah. Like, he's coming, like I feel him, all this stuff. I did feel him right there, like I felt him. I knew I felt him, but they were like, no, you're crazy. I felt him drop. I did. So he was really low. Like, you see, my stomach was really low at that point. He was so low, and I was freaking out. Yeah, so my contractions were so bad. I would get up. So she brought this little like potty type thing, and I sat on it. She wanted me to like sit on it just in case, like, because it was still leaking. So my water was still like leaking basically. So I'm literally, every time a contraction came, I would get up out of the thing and I would lean over, and I was like doing this humming noise, like I could not breathe. I had the worst contractions ever, but I was like just pushing through them. Like, I was trying to push through them and to like be strong, but I really couldn't do it. Like, I could not do it. So she comes in, she's like, doctor said you can have an epidural now, like if you want it. And I was like, no, I don't want it. Like, I don't want it. So then they started getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and they started getting really bad. Like, this escalated like in like 2.5 seconds. Like, my water broke. The pain was really, I knew my water broke because it was about to break, because the pain, like, I had a really weird like contraction pain. I was like, whoa. And that's why my mom said all she heard I said was whoa. And I was like, this ain't right. And then my water broke, and I was like, Mom, like, my water broke. And she thought I was lying. She thought I peed myself. But anyways, so like every time a contraction came, I was getting up out of the bed. I get out of the potty thing. I was leaning over my bed. I was doing this like humming noise. I was crying. I was freaking out. I was like cursing, like not like no. I was just saying like the S word, and I was like son of a. I was just like, you know, freaking out and leaning over the bed, and I was like, and then I was like, okay, I'm fine. And I did it again, you know, like I was just doing like all this crazy stuff. So at that point, my boyfriend was panicking. He's like, all right, I'm on my way. He's like, I'm about to have a baby. Like, I gotta go. So he left his job. My stepmom went and picked him up, and he left. And he came there and he like was holding my hand. He was like rubbing my stomach, and I kind of like, I didn't see my thing. I didn't want to hold my mom's hand. My mom is fragile. Like, I didn't really want to like hurt her, so I kind of was holding him. I was squeezing his hand, and he was like just, you know, being really supportive. My mom was being really supportive, like rubbing my back and stuff. Everything happened so quickly. Like, all I know is they checked me, and I was 3 centimeters, and I was screaming when they checked me. I was legit like screaming because they checked me while I was having bad ass contractions. Like, it was really bad. So like I said, to me, I was 3 centimeters. So she's like, "Are you ready for the epidural?" I was like, at this point, like, I'm ready. And mind you, I was so scared of epidural. I didn't think I was gonna get it. I was gonna try to do it naturally. I know I sound crazy, but props to all the women out there that do natural birth and give natural birth. Props to y'all. Y'all are super women. She's like, all right, well, you know, like, we're gonna get your epidural started. They didn't come back with my epidural till like 20-30 minutes later. I was bugging, like freaking out. I was crying, I was screaming, I couldn't sit down. So she gave me like, it's like an epidural, but it's not. It goes in your IV. It's like, it's almost as strong as epidural. So I'm freaking out, I'm crying, and I'm like, this isn't helping. And she's like, sit down and watch TV. Like, sit down, like, watch TV, relax, try to go to sleep. So it took like the edge off of it, but it didn't take all this pressure and all this, like, it was just so weird. So it was so really. So the anesthesiologist, I always mess that word up, came in, and he prepped everything, and I told my mom basically, like, I just needed my boyfriend there, because you can only have one person in there with you, either your mom or whoever is with you. You can only have one person in there while you get your. And he comes in and he gives me my like, he's getting ready for my epidural. He does everything, and I'm crying and I'm panicking, and I see people, like, I watched labor and delivery like videos and stuff, like vlogs and stuff, my whole pregnancy. So like, I see people lean over and hug a pillow. I see people stand up and do it. They had me sit down and like hug this pillow, but I wasn't leaned over all the way. I was only leaned over. He just bit me. I was only leaned over a little bit, and I wanted to hold somebody's hand, and she wouldn't let me hold somebody's hand, and it was just like really crazy. But it didn't hurt as bad as I thought it was going to be. It kind of was just like a little, like, you just hear the pop. Like, it didn't hurt like I thought it was going to be, honestly. It kind of felt like a little pinched. They give you a numbing needle first, and then they gave you the epidural. So it wasn't that bad. So everything got like going, and I still had contractions. Didn't kick in yet. Then it finally kicks in, and I'm good to go. But I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep. I don't know why. I tried to go to sleep. I just couldn't. What I messed up was I got my epidural way too early. I honestly could have waited, but I just was like, you know, it's my first time having a baby. I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. My sister and her friend came over and like sat with me and chilled with me around, like, you know, probably around like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. They came and just chilled with me, and they told me that my baby wasn't gonna come till the next day because he wasn't nowhere near ready to come out. But he was. I know he was, because he was right there. I knew. Moms always know. We're always right. But yeah, so do you want to go back in there? Well, you cried. I'm talking to my sister and stuff, and that's when I started feeling like pain. I'm sitting there and I'm like, damn, like, this pain hurt. And I started crying, and then it wasn't pain, it was a lot of weird pressure on my butt. Sorry, TMI again, but it was a lot of pressure on my butt, and it was just a lot of pressure like in like my stomach area, and they had, like, you know, they had to put like a catheter in me, and they put like another thing like up inside me that like tracks my contractions and stuff. And like, that was really uncomfortable. It was just really uncomfortable. And then his heart rate had dropped, so they had like put me on like this peanut ball type thing in between my legs, and had to turn me over and turn me over on the other side, and they put oxygen on me. It was just really just a mess. So like I said, 9 o'clock comes rolling around. I think I'm around like 5 centimeters. I want to say maybe 6 centimeters. So she was like, we're making progress, like, we're doing good. We should hopefully have this baby by tonight, if not tomorrow morning. But I'm like, no, we're gonna have this baby tonight. Like, it's gonna be tonight, and that's that. So my sister and her friend leaves, and you know, they both have work the next day. So they leave, and I'm just chilling there with my mom and my boyfriend, and we're just waiting. My mom and my boyfriend fall asleep while I'm just sitting there, like, basically, like, in, not like, I mean, I guess you want to call it, yeah, in labor, sitting there, like, crying and freaking out, but I wasn't mad. I let them sleep because I knew, like, they're gonna need it. So around, like, 12 o'clock-ish, yeah, I want to say 11:40, 12 o'clock, they told me I was 9 centimeters. And I'm like, all right, like, I'm ready to have his baby. Like, I'm ready to push the baby. At that, excuse me, in between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock, in between there, like, as it was getting closer to being 12 o'clock, like 11:45, 12 o'clock, I was in so much pain. The pressure was hurting so bad that, like, I could not handle it. I was crying, and in between there, I probably pressed the button. If you guys don't know, when you get epidural, they give you a button to press so you can get more epidural whenever you need to, but it times it. So let's say you press the button, then you gotta wait 25 minutes or 30 minutes to press it again, and it goes higher and higher, then it goes lower and stuff like that, whatever. So that's what I had. I kept on pressing the button, kept pushing the button, and yeah, so I kept pushing the button, whatever, and I was just, like, really nervous. And like I said, around, like, 11:45, maybe, like, 12 o'clock, I probably was, like, 8-9 centimeters. And at that point, I was saying, like, I'm not ready to push. I'm not ready to push. I'm scared. I don't want to push. I can't do this. I'm freaking out. I'm in so much pain. I'm crying. I'm all types of stuff, honestly. So, my nurse comes in. My nurse is like, you're fine. Like, do not worry. I promise. Like, we have you. We got you. Yeah. Oh, I put myself in this angle because I thought you guys always say you guys want to see him. So I put him, like, right here so you guys can see him because he don't want me holding him. So anyway, so yeah, so I'm like I'm not ready to push. And this is my favorite nurse. Anyways, so they're setting me up and they're getting everything ready, and they tell me, like, you know, hit this epidural button one more time so you have it, like, before this your last time you're gonna hit it. So I waited so, like, I was ready, like, to push before I hit the button. So they're getting everything set up, and she texts again, and she's like, you ready? Like, you're 10 centimeters, are you ready? And I'm like, no, I'm not ready, whatever. So she's like, let's just do a practice push. So they, you know, you ladies, you know how to push a baby out, y'all know. If y'all had a baby, y'all know. So I push, I do this, like, practice push, and he's there, and she's like, oh, no, you practice pushed a little too much. Like, your practice push was a real push. Like, you pushed too much. So I did that, and so she's like, all right, wait. So at this point, I'm like, I need to push now. Like, I need to keep pushing. Like, I felt him, like, I felt his head there, and, like, it was just, like, so much pressure. It was just a mess. So before I did push one last time, and it didn't even work at all. So I got everything ready, got the little things you put your feet up on ready, and I just started pushing. He came out and probably got, like, 6 pushes. The cord was wrapped around his neck, so she, like, went in and, like, unraveled it when he came out. It was wrapped around his neck and his whole body, so like, he was kind of like that, and then, like, his eyes were open the whole time he came out. His eyes were wide open, and like, we thought he passed away, which is, like, the worst thing ever. Like, that's the worst feeling ever, feeling like your baby has passed away right there, like, after you did all this pushing out, and you just, like, wow, like, you know what I mean? But they put him over to the table, they put oxygen on him, and he was perfectly fine, thank God. But I just kept on asking, like, is my baby okay? Is my baby okay? Is my baby okay? And I didn't care about nothing else. I just wanted to know if my baby was okay. At that point, when he came out, I cried my eyes out. When they brought him over there, I cried my eyes out. I didn't even get to see him. They were supposed to pull him out and put him on my chest. I didn't even get to do that. They just took him right to the oxygen, and then his dad held him first because I was getting stitched up still. Mind you, I only had a major tear, which was, like, this big. So I felt every stitch. Sorry, everyone keeps knocking on my door today. Like, anyways, so yeah, so they stitched me up. I felt every single stitch. They didn't even numb me. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting shot. So they didn't even numb me, which whatever. But I guess I thought the epidural worked, whatever. So I like, yeah, so I see him over there in the little thing they put the baby in after they're born, and his dad held him first. Like I said, I only held him for like, you see them temper tantrums? I only held him for like a minute because he had his sugars were low. I only held him for like a minute because his sugars were low, so yeah, I had to take him back, take blood, check his sugars, make sure everything was good. Make sure everything was good and stuff like that. And then that night they brought me into the postpartum room, and the room was still small, but whatever. And I called for my baby, and they told me I couldn't get him still because his sugars were still low. So then the next day I got him. My dad came, everybody came to see me. I got him. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. It was a pretty quick video because my labor wasn't long at all. It wasn't really interesting either. It was just kind of like boom. So if you guys liked this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to comment and subscribe.
Deposits, my gloss is popping.